So, I was dating a guy. Okay. I was dating a guy and he dumped me through a text message. And he dumped me for this singer/actress who was famous at the time. So he breaks up with me, dumps me, moves on. And for Halloween that year, I dressed up as her.
Hey everyone, welcome to Shhhcrets, where we peel back the curtains and shine a light on the messiest, juiciest celebrity sagas. Constructively, of course. Today, we're diving into Kayla Nicole's latest viral confession, and let me tell you, it's got layers. Fans were even wondering if this was yet another story about Taylor Swift, because we all know Kayla loves to bring her up. This time, it was not, but one thing is clear. Kayla ain't no Taylor. While Taylor has turned her breakups into creative gold, Kayla's approach is starting to feel more like a mess. So, grab your tea, because we've got a lot to unpack today. Recently, Kayla appeared on Angel Reese's podcast, Unapologetically Angel, where she shared the craziest thing she's done after a breakup. And what was it? She admitted to dressing up like her ex's new girlfriend for Halloween. Yeah, you heard that right. Not only did Kayla get dumped via text, but she decided to mimic the new woman in her ex's life. And while she didn't name names, the internet was quick to do the math. She was talking about Iman Shumpert leaving her for none other than Teyana Taylor. Now, before we dive into the drama, let's acknowledge Teyana's iconic 2016 fade moment. Remember that? It was a legendary moment in music and pop culture. So, when Kayla decided to dress up as Teyana from that very video, it wasn't just a costume, it was shade. Deep shade. By 2016, Teyana and Iman were already engaged and had a child, so Kayla dressing up as her? Yeah, that was no coincidence. And it is weird. Of course, the internet being the internet, they quickly pieced the timeline together. People realized that Kayla must have been dating Iman while he was already involved with Teyana, and suddenly, Kayla was trending for all the wrong reasons. The whole situation screamed messy. Now, let's get into Teyana's response, because she wasn't about to let this one slide. Teyana took to her Instagram story, posting a clip of Left Eye saying, "Do the math," basically calling out the fact that Kayla's story wasn't adding up, and she wasn't wrong, the timeline was shaky. Teyana also jumped into the comments on the Shade Room to clear the air, saying, "It's really crazy that everyone is allowed to bother me and be distasteful. Everybody gets to play while I move with grace. Always. But now I want to have a little Sagittarius fun too, and it's a problem." And Teyana wasn't done. She made it crystal clear that while she's happily divorced, Kayla's choice of words and actions were distasteful and petty. She pointed out how Kayla knew exactly what she was doing by not naming names, but giving enough clues for people to figure it out. And here's where Teyana hit the nail on the head. Kayla's actions were cringe. She said, "The math wasn't mathing and the facts weren't facting, but the cringe factor was real." Now, I know some people might be saying, how is what Kayla did messy? When people like Taylor Swift, Adele, and Olivia Rodrigo talk about their exes, it sells out concerts. And I get that. But honey, that excuse isn't going to fly here. Yes, those artists turn their pain into profit, and that's their job. If your music sells because of it, go ahead, ladies. But what is Kayla Nicole's job? My research says she's in fashion, modeling, and working as an ambassador for brands. So, why not use her interviews to promote those ventures? Even if she did mention them, they get lost in the sauce every time she brings up old flames. Is it a ploy to stay relevant? Because honestly, Kayla doesn't need to do all that. She's beautiful. But what other reason could there be? I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but this just looks bad. Plain and simple. To call a spade, when it comes to talking about exes, Kayla ain't no Taylor. While Taylor Swift has managed to turn her breakup experiences into creative hits and is celebrated for it, Kayla's constant interviews about her exes, dropping breadcrumbs for people to figure out who they are, just don't land the same. Taylor carefully crafts her breakup stories into relatable art that her fans connect with. She takes control of the narrative, makes it creative, and people admire her for it. Kayla, on the other hand, just keeps repeating the same tired lines about her exes. Instead of moving forward, she's stuck in the past. Taylor's approach screams creativity. Kayla's feels low effort, messy, and a bit desperate. And I hate to say this because I'm not even a Swiftie, but I've got to be honest. After the internet roasted Kayla, she tried to backtrack, claiming she was just sharing lessons from her past and didn't condone her crazy decision from 10 years ago. But by then, it was too late. The damage was done, and the public didn't seem to buy it. People were quick to point out that it felt more like damage control than a sincere explanation. Kayla Nicole knew exactly what she was doing, and it's clear she wanted to kick Teyana down while she's going through a divorce. And honestly, it says a lot about Kayla's character. Let's not forget her Dear Black Girl letter, where she responded to the bullying and microaggressions she faced from Taylor Swift's fans after the whole Travis Kelce drama. She played the black card and even pulled the racism angle to slide out of accountability for stirring up controversy around Taylor and Travis. But here's the thing, Teyana Taylor is a black woman too, so that card doesn't work here. Kayla, your hand is stale. Time to shuffle and take another draw. Honestly, whatever sympathy I had for her after that cyberbullying situation is gone. Kayla's mean girl behavior is on full display here, and instead of focusing on her career, she's still caught up in her exes' lives. Girl, aren't you a professional? You've got a platform. Why not use it for something meaningful? Why keep rehashing old breakups when you could be talking about actual issues, like global warming or the recent hurricane that hit Florida? You're a bad B, but you're acting like a D. D for desperate. And let's be real, Kayla, you're proving why these men leave you. You're bitter, and you're the only one not realizing it. Every time you get a platform, it's the same tired story. Your exes, their new relationships, and how you feel about it all. It's exhausting. You and the men have been broken up for years now. It is time to move on. Whatever emotional baggage you're holding on to, deal with it in therapy, because this is not cute. You're not acting how you look. Now, I understand that my analysis might sound harsh, but this is advice I would give to my sisters or friends. Sometimes it's necessary to call it out as it is, especially when there's room for improvement. When I was talking to one of my best friends about this drama, the debate got heated. She insisted that Kayla was innocent and being misunderstood, and I was like, girl, you are always on the wrong side of history. If you're like my friend and haven't been following, here's why Kayla is in the wrong. Kayla is one of those throw the rock and hide your hand types, nice nasty, and then act surprised when people take offense. And when they respond, suddenly they're the problem. Clearly, Kayla was annoyed that she had been used as Iman's placeholder and then dropped quickly. To get a reaction, she dressed up like Teyana for Halloween, teasing or trying to provoke Iman. Now, years later, after Teyana and Iman have separated, Kayla's trying to spin it by saying, see, you dropped me, but your relationship didn't even work out. It's almost like she's rubbing it in Teyana's face, suggesting Iman had been cheating on her the whole time. A divorce is already tough, but imagine the added pain of realizing that even the early memories you thought were special were tainted by lies. Kayla wanted to snatch even that peace and joy from Teyana. Honestly, I can see why men don't stick around. At this point, Kayla needs to stop talking and start focusing on herself. She's not a girl's girl, and this drama proves it. If she spent more time on her own projects instead of rehashing old relationships, people might take her seriously. But for now, She's just proving why these men move on to other women. It's sad, really. And honestly, the public is getting tired. People are starting to see through the endless interviews and breadcrumbing of details. It's clear she's not moving on, and at this point, the whole situation feels like a cry for attention more than anything else. That's a wrap, folks. What do y'all think? Was Kayla out of line for bringing up her past with Iman and Teyana? Do you think she'll ever move on? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Shhhcrets. I love making these videos, and it's even better when they're received with love. If you haven't already, subscribe if you like my vibe. Until the next video, bye.